Over the last decade or so, Lisbon has emerged as one of Europe's top tourist destinations. At first glance, Lisbon's got everything you could want, from a centuries European city. With its winding cobblestone street and a skyline dotted with medieval custards. But it's more than just its past. Now, the other sides feel right at home with Lisbon's more modern vibe.
Lisbon is really a beautiful city. It's filled with culture, history, food and wonderful views. With very good reasons, it should be at the top of any traveler's wish list.
Lisbon is a cosmopolitan city with good access and few hours away from any European capital. It is a popular place among travelers with spectacular food, electric nightlife, breathtaking views across the city's viewpoints, fado music, historic ruins, winding old town, trams, not to mention those pasteis, the nata, Portuguese custard tarts.
There are so many things to do in Lisbon, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to see the city in just a few days. We spent 2 days in Lisbon trying to see as much as we could, but it was definitely not enough.
Jeronimo's Monastery is one of the most visited sites in Lisbon. It is the most impressive symbol of Portugal's power and wealth during the Age of Discovery. No wonder we had to start our sightseeing escapade in Lisbon from this remarkable national monument. Jeronimo's Monastery is one of the most stunning examples of late Gothic architecture in Portugal and a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
We went there in the morning, but the place was already packed with tourists. That shows that it is one of Lisbon's premier tourist attractions.
Jeronimo's Monastery is the resting place of Vasco da Gama, the famous Portuguese explorer who established a trade route to India in the 15th century. There are plenty of interesting and beautiful altars and niches to admire and intricately carved columns that soar up the ceiling. Jeronimo's Monastery is located in the district of Belém. This pretty district is the setting for Lisbon's most iconic tourist attractions, including Torre de Belém and Padraio, the Descobrimentos monument. We will get back to those attractions later, but now let's talk about a rather unusual attraction in this district, the famous Pasteis de Belém, located 3-minute walk from Jeronimo's Monastery. If it wasn't for the enterprising Pasteis de Belém, a bakery situated in the Belém neighborhood of Lisbon, we may not have the pasteis de nata often called a Portuguese custard tart. The cafe was the first business to begin selling pasteis de nata commercially, and that led to others trying to copy the recipe, and eventually the pasteis de nata becoming Portugal's most famous dish. Today, the cafe sells at least 20,000 natas per day and attracts thousands of visitors. It is Lisbon's most popular attraction and one of the most popular eateries in the world.
We had to experience and verify that all that has been said about this pastéis de Belém was actually true. The truth is that there was a big queue in front of the bakery and we could not wait to have a bite of the pastry. It was so good. They are crispy, custardy, creamy, perfumed with cinnamon and vanilla. It was gorgeous.
Food can transform how you look at a destination's culture, make you open to trying new things, and create wonderful experiences. Food is an essential part of life, and without food, there wouldn't be an authentic travel experience. Francesinha refers to a sandwich that is served on a plate. It consists of thick slices of white loaf bread with ham, sausage, cheese, and steak. The sandwich is then topped with more cheese, usually taken to the oven to melt, and lastly, a slightly spicy sauce on top.
Francesinha is from Porto. We were lucky that we could have a taste of this excellent dish in Lisbon, and it was very tasty.
Located in the main square of Belém, opposite to the Mosteiros of Jerónimos, the Belém Cultural Center is a massive complex that hosts touring operas, ballet, art display, and is the permanent home of the excellent Berardo Museum. "30 minutes bus ride from Pasteis de Belém, we reached Praça do Comércio. Praça do Comércio is a huge public square in Lisbon and is bustling day and night with locals and tourists. People gather around the central statue of King Jose I or frequent the many cafes and restaurants around the edge of the square. Three sides of the square are taken up with attractive, yellow-painted grand buildings in a sort of U-shape. They both have a gallery walkway underneath them. The final side of the square is open to the river Tagus. After Praça do Comércio, we headed to Santa Justa Lift, 8-minute walk from Praça do Comércio. We took a ride on one of Lisbon's most iconic lifts, elevadores.
The lift has a stunning observation deck at the top and offers magnificent views of Lisbon.
At the top of the tower is one of the best viewpoints in the city, providing a splendid panorama of Baixa Castelo de Tagus and also the impressive ruins of the Church of the Convento do Carmo. 12 minutes walk from Janta Justa lift, you will reach Rua Nova do Carvalho, the Pink Street. Decades ago, this small pedestrian street was Lisbon's red light district, but now this has transformed into one of the coolest spots near the river. Since 2013, it became known as Pink Street when an urban renewal project painted the pavement between the terraces, bars and clubs in pink. It's one of Lisbon's hottest destinations at night and the center of Lisbon's nightlife.
We visited during the day and bars were still packed. I can only imagine how bustling it could be at night. After a very busy morning and afternoon, we found a nice spot nearby with sangria and admiring the Ponte 25 April. From afar, life could not get any better.
The Tagus River, also known as the Tejo River, is one of the most important rivers in Portugal and Spain. The 35th de Abril Bridge is a suspension bridge connecting the city of Lisbon to the municipality of Almada off the south bank of the Tagus River. Because it is a suspension bridge and has a similar coloring, it's often compared to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. It was an intense day. We have done so many activities. Now we are heading to the famous Lisbon's Time Out Market for food, just 3 minutes walk. Time Out Market is a modern Portuguese food hall located in the historic Mercado da Ribeira in Cais do Sobre. Housed under this landmark building's roof are over 24 restaurant stores representing some of the country's top chefs.
With so many delicious food options, I was feeling like a kid in a candy shop. We were overwhelmed and we didn't know what to choose.
From sizzling seafood to tantalizing pastries, every corner of Time Out Market teems with the aromas and flavors of Portuguese cuisine, inviting visitors to embark on a culinary journey like no other. We started our second day in Lisbon with a visit to the Church of St. Roch. St. Roch is the oldest Jesuit church in the Portuguese world and was built during the 16th and early 17th centuries. The facade of the church is fairly subtle and unraveling of the opulent splendor that you will see within. It is a marvel to just sit and enjoy what you are seeing all around you. Next step for today is the Miradors de Santa Lucia, a 18-minute tram ride. Lisbon's superb natural setting spread across 7 hills facing the Tagus rivers offers a network of terraces from which to contemplate the beauty of the city, called Miradores, viewpoints in English. They are usually located at the highest point of each hill and all have spaces to sit and rest. Some even have cafes serving snacks and light refreshments.
The first one we visited, the Miradores de Santa Lucia.
The Miradoro de Santa Lucia is one of Lisbon's most beloved viewpoints. It offers visitors breathtaking panoramic views over the old Alfama neighborhood and the Tagus River. It is particularly famous not only for the magnificent view, also for its romantic atmosphere that attracts many couples in love. From the Miradores de Santa Lucia, we headed to Castelo de São Jorge, 6 minutes walk. The Castelo de São Jorge is one of the Lisbon's most distinctive monuments, being situated on the city's highest hill. Declared a national monument in 1910, the castle underwent major restoration work in the 20th century, which left it with its present-day appearance. The steps leading up the sides of the curtain walls provide access to the ramparts and towers, enabling visitors to explore the entire perimeter. The castle is generally agreed to afford the best view over the city and the river Tagus. 10 minutes walk, we reached Lisbon Cathedral, the Cathedral of St. Mary Major, or simply the Sé. It's one of the city's oldest and most robust monuments. It dates back to 1147 and survived battles and the devastating earthquake of 1755. It suffered countless alterations over the centuries and ended up with a mix of the Romanesque, Gothic and Baroque styles. We are now back at the district of Belém to visit Torre de Belém and Padraios dos Descobrimentos monument. The Belém Tower, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is one of Lisbon's most remarkable monuments. Built in the 16th century, the Belém Tower was built to defend Lisbon from enemy ships. Today, the Belém Tower is one of the most famous tourist destinations in the world. 13-minute walk from the tower, you will reach the monument to the discoveries. This stunning monument was designed to commemorate the Age of Discoveries in Portugal. It was inaugurated in 1960 on the 5th centenary of one of the country's greatest discoverers, Prince Henry the Navigator, who discovered the Azores, Madeira, and Cape Verde.
We are almost at the end of our visit in Lisbon. The last thing we are planning to do is to go and listen to some live fado music. But before that, we had some more miradouros to see.
From the monument to the discoveries, there is a 50-minute bus and tram ride to the Miradouro da Graça. To get to these miradouros, you'll need to ride the famous tram number 28, which are vintage trams which takes passengers on a scenic trip from the city center at sea level up through the narrow maze of streets towards St. George Castle. While many of Lisbon's other viewpoints mostly attract tourists, this one in the neighborhood of Graça is still a popular meeting point for locals. Thanks to its kiosk cafe, it serves refreshment and offers places to sit and admire the view in the shade of pine trees.
The view of Lisbon here is quite simply stunning.
And there is a 7-minute walk from here to the Miradouro das Portas do Sol. This viewpoint is essentially one huge balcony above the ancient Alfama neighborhood.
Fado show was our last activity in Lisbon.
Enjoying a fado show in Lisbon is possible in every corner of the city. You can listen to fados in the fado clubs, Casas de Fado, and find authentic fado in the Lisbon neighborhoods of Alfama, Muraria, and Bairro Alto. With streets packed with bars, Bairro Alto is often the starting point of a night out in Lisbon. Behind colorful and graffiti-ridden facades is a variety of traditional and international restaurants, tourist park fado houses, and a multitude of bars and alternative shops that stay open until late at night.
Contaram ainda há pouco que à noite namoraria. Contaram ainda há pouco que à noite
Portuguese food, Portuguese beer, live fado music. Well, life could not get any better.
Andavam fadista louco, sem saber o que dizia.
This put an end on our Lisbon trip. Lisbon, a city full of authenticity, where old customs and ancient history intermix with cultural entertainment and high-tech innovation. Lisbon is famous for its hospitality and the family-like way it welcomes visitors. Lisbon, the charming capital of Portugal, is a city that truly captivates the senses. With its rich history, vibrant culture, and stunning architecture, it is no wonder that Lisbon has become an increasingly popular destination for travelers seeking a unique and memorable experience. In conclusion, Lisbon is not only worth visiting, it's worth falling in love with.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe for more. Next time, we are taking you to Luxor in Egypt. Till then, keep traveling. See ya.